So many great memories in the dugout of the opposition. Tonight, it should be a fun one to see him returning. Completely dismissing talk of revenge and talk of issues with Juve in the past. When he returned to Milan, when he was previously Milan manager, then Juventus manager, he said he thanked Milan for his first 4 years. Now coming back here, he once again thanks Juventus. You take a look at the referee crew. Marco China in the middle. And it is Marco Di Nello in the VAR room in case any decisions require further examination. Scarves up and voices in full, as you would imagine, at this famous ground. As we bring you the team for Massimiliano Allegri. The lone change required by a red card in the last match for Milan from Pervis Estupiñán. Davide Bartesaghi gets his first Serie A start of the season down the left.
Max Allegri has made that back three, which was seen over the summer as the Achilles heel of the team. One of the best in Europe defensively. The numbers of XG against are stellar. Luka Modric, arguably the best player in Serie A if you look at all the advanced analytics. Going so far as some players saying he can play till 70 years old at this rate. Ageless wonder.
Two American internationals on the field. Christian Pulisic continuing a brilliant start to the campaign with 4 goals and 2 assists through 5 games. Weston McKennie gets another start in that midfield for Juventus. But it's the Mexican international, Santiago Giménez, who will get us started in this top-of-the-table clash in Serie A as Juventus hosts Milan. Milan arrive after yet another big victory to start their season, beating Napoli by 2-1. Last time out, 3 goals from Alexis Almakers and Christian Pulisic. Even a red card against Pervis Estupiñán couldn't slow them down. It's now 4 wins for their last 4 matches. Entering the weekend, top of the table, have to once again keep pace with Roma and Napoli after both those sides won earlier today for Juventus. Started the season with 3 consecutive victories, but it's now 4 consecutive draws. Another midweek in the Champions League against Villarreal, giving up a late equalizer to their former player, Renato Vega. Diego Tudor also having to recover from a 1-1 home draw against Atalanta last time out in the league. What can they improve on at Matteo Juventus with their draws in recent times?
Well, it's been inconsistent. I think Diego Tudor still trying to figure out what his best 11 is. He's made some lineup choices which maybe have backfired, even starting Tony Kohlmeiners, who's been really poor once again to start the campaign. Instant difference once Conceição came on against Villarreal to replace him.
Nice early run from Bartesaghi and a chance for Fofana to get a strike away. Rugani putting himself in the way. It is off the Frenchman last. And now for the goal kick, the twice Juventus manager Massimiliano Allegri, now the twice Milan manager Massimiliano Allegri in the dugout.
Oh, he's brought stability, and I think also the addition of Luka Modric. What a presence he's been behind the scenes and on the pitch for all the young players. They respect them. They all want to look good for him, even behind the scenes in training. It's hard to think of one player. Massive impact to Milan. Since Luka Modric joined, it's been even there's always questions, you know, once a player turns 40, the way that he's moving, the way that he's intercepting, as he leads the league in passes completed, passes into the final third, in defensive interceptions. I mean, statistical categories, both offensive and defensive, and then the mileage that he's putting in each game. He's running almost as much as anyone else, lasting more than 90 minutes. Playing only once a week is really suiting him at the moment.
And suiting a lot of the Milan players is Cambiase now getting forward down the other side. Both left wing backs prominently involved in the play. Yildiz sending across, and David knocking down, and a chance for McKinney, but he couldn't play. Stretch far enough to get a clean strike away.
And Jonathan David, selfless inside the box. He's always looking to see first if he can facilitate for a teammate. Maybe he doesn't have the same killer instinct as a lot of strikers that are ruthless and selfish inside the box. That's the reason why Jonathan David's seen as this multifaceted striker who can score and assist. Just waiting to see the best version of him, though, with Juventus. He's really missed some easy chances more than once already this season. But no denying his quality. There's always going to be an adaptation period going from Lille to Juventus.
David trusted once again by his manager, and mentioned those misses. Had a big one in that game against Villarreal. Could have put that game to bed. They were tremendous, particularly in that second half. Juventus will give up that late equalizer. It's now 2 draws from 2 in the Champions League. 6 goals for, 6 conceded. It really is the goals conceded that is a problem for Juve in the early campaign. Let's play through the middle here to Gabbia, who steps forward. And now Bartesaghi, who's looked an impressive player early stages of the season, the 19-year-old. Trusted with the absence of Estupinian, as it will be a throw-in to Juventus after Rabiot took it out of play.
Yeah, look at the movement off the ball, Santi Jimenez, right? The only thing he's missing is the goal, which is the most important thing for a striker. But if you want to really try to find the positives, it's the movement off the ball. He's putting himself into great positions to receive the ball, Santi Jimenez, but I think he's been let down also by his first touch. A lot of times he's gotten the right ball in, but his first touch is taking him away from a goal-scoring opportunity. And then when he's had those goal-scoring opportunities, he hasn't been clinical. I think it also has to do with the mentality, right? When you're hearing all summer long that your team's looking to shop you around, that there's maybe a swap with Artem Dovbyk, it can help your confidence.
For the moment, does hold his place in the side. Santi Jimenez. Modric once again recovering possession and playing with Pulisic. 6 goals in all competitions to start this season. Has scored as well in Coppa Italia as well as Serie A. Since he joined Serie A a little more than 2 seasons ago, has been on 46 goal contributions, 27 goals, 19 assists, which is the best in Serie A over that period. Level with Lautaro Martinez. Delivers game in and game out. Bartesaghi, and here is Pulisic. Has to play the bounce, could get it back from Santi Jimenez, and will do so, carrying out of the area now and playing back for Rabiot.
And Pulisic's been absolutely brilliant in this free roll, just floating around Santi. 4 goals, 2 assists, great runs. Feels like it's really helped him, this change of formation. And to think that he started off as a left winger cutting in on his right, and then he was played on the right because of Rafael Leao being in the lineup. Obviously, he's not going to get moved. And even on the right, where he's predominantly a right-footed player, that should be his weaker position, he's still putting up seasons with 17 goals in all competitions. So wherever you put Pulisic at Milan, he's been brilliant.
Header one from Rugani. On that front, it was interesting reading in the Italian media. Obviously, right now, Milan playing in that 3-5-2, and the debate has been who plays with Pulisic. Pulisic is obviously nailed on in the team. Is that a debate? Who's debating that? No one's debating. Well, it's who plays with him is the debate. Yeah, it's just so interesting that a player like Pulisic, obviously American internationals have rarely held a position like that in a team like Milan?
Well, the answer
is nailed up.
very simple, my friends. And the people who are debating this, it's Rafael Leão once he's healthy. The issue is he's had that knockout for several weeks. We just saw him coming off the bench in the last game, but that's the reason why Max Allegri in the summer friendlies, he was trying this 3-5-2 with Leão and Pulisic leading the line. I remember a few years ago after a Milan-Napoli, we interviewed Rafael Leão. We asked him, because in that game, Pioli had put him as a center forward, and we asked him, how do you feel in this role? And he said, to be honest, not great. I don't feel comfortable playing as a striker. It's not my favorite role. I'll do whatever the Mister asks of me, yada, yada, yada. But who knows? Maybe Allegri's made him get another look at this role and start appreciating it.
Salmaker's coming into midfield there. Off to a wonderful start to the campaign. Alexis Salmakers. Wide from Jimenez or Bartezaghi. Milan have looked real collective going forward. Free-flowing, scoring some great goals. Gabbia lifts into the area. Rabiot will have to race to get there, but watch that play there by Gatti. Shocked everyone by scoring one of the goals of the round. Federico Gatti in midweek against Villarreal. Overhead kick from the center back.
He's had a few of those in his career, Gatti, that really leave you speechless. You know, for a former blue-collar worker who was in the lower divisions and having to work other jobs using his hands, the fact that he's able to score such beautiful goals with his speed is really out of this world. What a story, what a meteoric rise for Gatti in his career.
Conceição leaving too much there for McKinney to do, and eventually the foul given in Conceição's favor.
And he made an instant impact, didn't he? Coming in for Tunco Miners, who was poor against Villarreal, but Conceição, when he's played, he's looked like he's given them a different kind of spark, that individual ability to go by 2 or 3 defenders and then score really good goals on his left foot.
You have ref cam in use today. There's Lloyd Kelly. Locatelli. And Daniel Rugani in the base of that back 3. Filling in for Gleison Bremer, who remains out with injury. Locatelli. Now Kenan Yildiz. If you are joining us on the Golasso Network, a reminder that this match is only available in its entirety on Paramount+. If you're watching on the Golasso Network, you'll be taken to a commercial break momentarily. Join us on Paramount+ for the remainder of Juventus against Milan. Cambiaso receiving. But out of play, it'll be a throw into Milan.
Isn't it crazy to still see Daniele Rugani on Juventus? They bought him all the way back in 2013 when he was a teenager. They've sent him on loan at 5 different clubs now. He's still here, still coming back. Not just being used to fill up any holes, any injuries.
Started on the final day of 2 seasons ago, did Rugani against Monza, but last year was on loan at Ajax with Francesco Farioli. Now back at the club. That's an amazing career. You get to say you're a long-serving Juventus player, but I feel like he's been much more of a depth piece than as a high-level starter. Here is Rugani once again on the ball. Yildiz.
I remember he infamously had a season where he had 0 yellow cards, playing 38 games. That was back at Italy.
Cambiaso trying the cross block there by Salmakers.
It's quite an achievement for a center back to not pick up a single yellow card playing every game in Serie A. He's quite highly rated back in the day, Rugani.
Conceição showing that burst to get beyond Bartezaghi. And now Kalova flipping back into McKinney. Lost control. Free kick is Fofana getting in the way. A chance there for Weston McKinney in the area.
Notice Fofana who just came inside to mop it up. Some decent passing though in the final third from Juventus. And McKennie, who's really been a plug-and-play guy. He's played everywhere but striker, center back, and goalkeeper. Now playing in his original role. But alongside Locatelli as a central midfielder. Strajde Pavlovic. Milan have not had a fun time of it against Juventus, even in recent times as Juve have struggled a bit. Not won in this rivalry since May of 2023. Juve winning 2-0 in this fixture at home last season. The overall, it's 5 wins from 25 in Serie A of the last dozen or so years. Gabbia. Modric. Salmakers. Pavlovic. This is steady possession here from Milan, but not really finding a way through as yet. Juventus well disciplined in their shape. We'll have to leave this match without conceding more goals. Especially without their talismanic central defender in place of Bremer, not even available from the bench. You need to call up a center back from Juve next gen, shape of Pedro Felipe. It's unlucky of Bremer, which is bothering him. There's nothing serious. Looks like he'll miss a few weeks. It is. Both sides negating each other today. Yildiz for Conceição. That's tremendous acceleration. 0 to 60 ability of Conceição is difficult to defend. Now Milan back in their shape. Gatti and Kalulu. Both teams just happy to draw back when the other's in possession. And I think you're going to see this pragmatic approach. It's going to be this end-to-end classic counter-attacking match. Another manager really wants this game to play out that way. With that said, Tour's had some bizarre storylines early this season, right, which feel uncharacteristic if you're actually listening to what Tudor wants to do in his original thesis when he became a manager. That Inter-Juventus game, and then the one that subsequently followed in the Champions League, it felt like it was 4-4. It felt like it was a Zenit Zaman type of game. Just this gung-ho, everyone forward, try to outscore the opposition, leave yourself susceptible. That's not what Tudor has in mind. He doesn't want games to finish 4-4. He'd rather the Costaluso approach of a 1-0 if possible. Great to see Fernando Zamori on the pitch, who took that last throw. There was a doubt about a thigh injury in the build-up to this one. Very much one of the benefits of having a week between matches is maybe Tamori wouldn't have played in the Champions League a bit weaker, might have forced it, might have missed the game at the weekend. Obviously, Milan are a side that want to be in major European competition, want to play Champions League every season, but sometimes there are benefits to missing out. Have their feet up on the couch, watching Juve play away at Villarreal, exert a ton of energy and try and get the result from that game. Focus on Serie A. Pulisic is deep to receive, and pressure there from David, good defending. Rabiot lifting it in towards Jimenez, but catching practice there for Di Gregorio. Goalkeeper was rotated in midweek as Mattia Perin turned in quite a good performance. You do have strength and depth, and Di Gregorio just have to continue to perform to hold his spot. Tudor normally likes to counter press. I think this is what separates also complete managers, the ones that do change slightly based on who their opposition is, and both teams have respect for each other. They'll take as many risks as they were playing a smaller provincial. Tamori getting it stuck in his feet. Finding the out pass.
entering the weekend top of the table with a victory would resume at the top of the perch. Napoli and Roma continued to exercise the pressure. He had another impressive lopsided victory over Cremonese yesterday. The class of the league looking strong and 5 deep as well. We'd love to see that prolonged title race going throughout this campaign as Modric works out of that window, just about kept in there from Pavlovic. Fofana driving beyond Yildiz and keeping an interchange in there, and he goes over Fofana in the area. Referee moves, just doing that. Lifted his right hand to say, "Get up, Michael, get up."
Just that give and go. Salamanders plays it into stride. And is there enough there for Locatelli, or does looks like Fofana? So the ref cam. Let's see if we can get a better view there. Not really, but looks like he goes down a bit easy. Hardly a nudge from Locatelli.
Not really much in it from a check point of view as Salmacher steps lower. Pokes it out for the goal kick.
In the words of our law expert, Christine Ongold, does the contact justify the reaction? Got to assess a lot of these tussles inside the box or fouls.
Tomori. And now Cambiaso. Open the play out for Kalulu. Kalulu, a Scudetto winner for Milan. Now holding down the fort at right wing back is very much thrown in the game as a center back, but it is set up to our preferring to play it out wide. So it is out for a throw. Melissa getting involved in defending as well. Locatelli.
Look at the organization of Milan, 5-3-2. Everyone back deep in their half. 11 men behind the ball. Juventus fans watching will get flashbacks. Some might even get PTSD given the way things went in that final year. Wasn't the prettiest, but no doubting Allegri's success so far this season with Milan. It's loads of hype behind this team, isn't there, Chris?
Yildiz, nice little cross, and Gambia read it well. Controlled once again by Yildiz, and on Juve will play. That hype is not just about how solid Allegri is going to be. They've also played some beautiful stuff.
Playing good football, analytical football as well.
We commentated the game against Udinese, where they were brilliant. Rugani lifting towards David, but starting in the outside position.
How can you play ugly football when Luka Modric is just getting more touches than anyone else in Syria? The team will also carry a certain essence of one of the greatest players of all time who's on the field right now, playing at this level where it genuinely looks like he's in his prime. It is unbelievable. And it's not just me saying it. There's former legends of the game. Everyone is so surprised at what Luka Modric has shown behind the scenes. Allegri said he trains and looks like a 20-year-old behind the scenes. I swear this to be true.
Just to accentuate how long he's been in the game, he actually played with the opposition manager, Igor Tudor, four times for Croatia.
Is that true?
They played together in a group stage match at the 2006 World Cup.
Oh, God. Where were you in 2006, Chris?
Watching the Italians win the World Cup.
I was senior year of high school. Greatest moment of my life, and we would also scored that goal. It's Germany. A week like a baby. Diamo Berlino, Chris. That means nothing to you, does it?
I presume it means something positive. Conceição. Recover there from Pulisic, another break could look on here. Pulisic running with Jimenez. He wants to go on seemingly. Pulisic makes the moment. It's not from the floor. Fofana was lingering with Cambiaso. exiting to safety.
Well, what should have been a routine clearance after Pulisic went to ground just got a little bit sloppier.
So in trouble. Needs to find a pass, and Rugani holding on Pulisic so that the ball can get to Di. Say alert defending or dangerous defending?
Dangerous defending there for Rugani. Extended that left arm there to Pulisic to pass line.
Referee allowing it to go. Calls a foul.
It's going to just save the goal there. What a crucial touch.
Kalulu, look at that. Oh my goodness. Doesn't cancel.
He's nowhere near the target. This is going to be a hook again. Is there enough there from Rugani? Maybe just a bit of a pull back as Pulisic was looking to attack that ball. Would he have ever gotten to it? Then here, Pulisic just goes down on his own. Normally has lovely balance, just tripped over himself as he was trying to put the moves on the defender Rugani.
Tito looked like he was playing passes there in the dugout. Looking nervous. Might not have been the first choice, but he was the last choice to take over here at Juve. Steer the side to the Champions League. Let's lose Pulisic. Causing himself a problem. Locatelli. Wide for Kalulu. And centrally, but easily away there from Pavlovic. Gatti there to recover. Locatelli. Yes. Trying his luck from long range, but blocking the way. Free kick on the way of Juve. So far, just the one shot for either side in the game through 25 minutes.
Oh, that's very painful. Look at one of your color commentary. That angle doesn't look as bad from a Juve standpoint. That's when Pulisic went down. Sort of tripped over the ball, but you saw that play earlier. Got these studs going into place that you absolutely do not want them to go. I'll just say that. And look at that, he's still feeling the effects there. Poor guy. Just tends to linger that feeling, Chris, as we know, sadly.
Locatelli and got to get in the head towards goal. There's David there, colliding with Magnan. He's trying to make a meal of it. The Milan goalkeeper. Gabbia. Salmakers sprang it towards the middle, but well beyond Modric and Kalulu. Going direct to goal, trying to catch Magnan out perhaps. It's a decent idea, but sailing out of play. Is that Milan away end? Packed to capacity. Hope to see their team end the weekend as they started the weekend as league leaders. In a way there from Fofana, but David couldn't retain possession. Even as Juventus have drawn their last four, still a positive feeling, still a feeling that Tudor side are outperforming their opponents. Felt that way about Atalanta, felt that way about Villarreal in midweek. The Juve manager feeling that they have implemented their style of play, that the team now knows what they want to do. Eventually the victories will return. Modric. Forward into Pulisic, or rather Bartezaghi takes up that wide area. Now Pulisic on the turn. Rabiot. Now Modric can quarterback this attack. Looking at the entire picture ahead of him to pull Juventus apart. Rabiot. Pulisic, there's that aggressive pass, but Gatti stepping in to intercept it. Now takes off here. Conceição and David.
It really is a mirror image the way these two teams are dropping back that line of five anytime the opposition has the ball. There's just not many spaces to go. Once you get in the final third, it's going to be really difficult to stretch the defensive line the way that these teams are just laying off a bit more conservatively, both showing respect.
Locatelli. Surge of noise from this home support. Hasn't had too much to stand up about. Kalulu. Wide for Conceição. Isolate against Bartezaghi. Threatening that cross. Now driving the byline, beating him again in towards McKennie, who gets the touch and who's lingering. Weston McKennie getting ever closer. He's been involved in 2 or 3 half chances for Juventus.
That's a decent ball from Conceição. Little flick on for McKennie, just hoping that there's someone at the back post. What a free roll by Pulisic. He has popped up everywhere, even in the defensive end, to put in the shift, which we know he's always capable of. Right now, look at Jimenez. I mean, he's just pretty much on an island, jostling with Rugani.
Rabiot in a good area. Rabiot! And the former Juventus man sealing that one sail into the stand.
No love lost either between the fans. A few whistles now ringing around. Rabiot spent many seasons with Juventus, trying his luck, and sometimes when both teams will retreat to a low block, the best way is just to take a few shots from distance, something that Juventus know about. The game against Inter had maybe the best collection ever of long-distance goals.
Locatelli, Cambiaso with a deep flick out wide.
Creative touch, isn't it, from Cambiaso?
Yildiz teasing that pass as eventually get it towards Kelly, and just held up his run for that split second. It rolls out of play. There's that effort from Rabiot. Largely what both teams have been reduced to. Not too much in the way of clear-cut chances. Bartezaghi. Not the exact same systems, but similar systems mirroring each other. Today, canceling each other out. Schumacher is one of those players that has opened the game up. When that wing-back area can come centrally and go on the run. Was pushed there by Locatelli. Advantage eventually awarded.
That's a really nice balance show from Schumacher. Someone be able to ride that challenge and stay on his feet. He's improved so much, his individual dribbling. He's quick with his first few steps. Just looks so lively and dynamic on this right-hand side. It was a real problem area for Milan last season. Emerson Royale just did not work out at all. Kyle Walker at the end of his career. So the smartest move in the end was just looking at someone who's already owned by the club, but was sent on loan to Bologna and Roma in successive seasons. And our advanced ratings have Salamaker's top 3 highest rated players in Serie A, if you can believe it.
Flicked on there from Pavlovic, but Kalulu able to lift away.
The other 2 before this round, Luka Modric and Como's Nico Paz.
Saw yesterday, didn't have a tremendous game for Como, their away draw with Atalanta. It's tough to maintain that level week in and week out. Really separates players like Pulisic and Modric in this side. Now Jimenez, the first chance to really run. Will go it alone. Inside Jimenez. Still Santi Jimenez. Right at Gregorio, who manages the rebound, but a lovely individual run there from the Mexican international.
That's more like it from Santi Jimenez. Just decides to take on the entire defense, and obviously there's a lot of attention on initially that run of Pulisic, and Jimenez just goes all around those center backs, reach passing him off to the next guy. Rugani maybe a little late to react, and Jimenez, credit to him, he found the angle and just unleashed on his favored left foot. Wasn't a bad effort at all.
Kelly. In a game where it's going to be difficult for the forward players to really involve themselves, you kind of got to make it happen yourself, as Jimenez shows there. Involved in all those chances. His expected goals figure is very high for the early part of the campaign. He's just about converting them now. Or else, you imagine at some point, Milan will turn to Leao, as you mentioned, or Nkunku as well, who's brought in at some expense. Conceição coming off that right side. You know, the one player who's gotten the beating of defenders in this game. Locatelli, great idea. Kalulu, and it comes from
Oh, no. Oh, he slipped on his own right as he was about to take a shot from such a good position.
Coming back to McKinney, keeps it. McKinney and Cambiaso. Locatelli trying his luck, but nowhere near it.
Oh, it is just going all wrong for Jonathan David. Look at that miss that he had midweek, and here the ball falls to him inside the box, just at the edge of the 6-yard box. What a lovely position for a striker to take it. Great ball from Locatelli to find Kalulu, who was onside. And right here, oh, he just loses his plant foot. Oh my goodness.
You saw it down the other end with Pulisic.
That is, that's just poor luck, Chris. What can you say about that? He's had a few of these comical moments inside the box, Jonathan David. It's not really working out for him yet. We got a bloody Federico Gatti who's having to come off the pitch. He's leaking from his nose at the moment.
Gatti will now come on. Look at the blood on his shorts as well. So temporarily, Juve will play down to 10, although Gatti has to try to hang on. Quick stop with the pit crew in the Juve dugout. Which has changed this year. It used to be in the stand.
Did we see what contact he got?
No.
Looks like he got a stiff shot from Chama. A reference to a future Paramount property.
Jimenez getting a touch, and now Pulisic laying off with Santi Jimenez, who is fouled there by Locatelli. Here's that challenge from the referee, just getting enough of the striker there. Crowd displeased with the decision. Kelly's found some goals. Scored in that Derby d'Italia against Inter, and then that very same midweek against Borussia Dortmund. Modric lifting that ball in. Header 1-1 there from Lugani. David quite get to it. Modric playing back with Fikayo Tomori. Allow the Juve pressed to engage. But pick out a pass to Gambia. Now Milan can attack. Some players out of position. They're having to settle here with Bantizaki.
This is the way forward. Both teams retreating. Really difficult to break down on either side. But the best chance of the game, given the position you just felt to Jonathan David.
Pulisic, a good run from deep, but Conceição chasing it down and beating it back. It's going to work on Caballero. Conceição again. Very nice start to the game. Kalulu. Just play short here with David.
Well, Tudor's got an interesting selection problem every week now. You got Openda and Vlahovic on the bench. Vlahovic, the highest paid player in Serie A. Openda's worth a lot of money too, and had some great seasons with Leipzig.
Yildiz still coming inside. Into that middle, Kalulu. He's getting a touch, but nothing really there. Headed away only as far as Yildiz. And Yildiz once again. Colorado David, but will instead slide across for Ganti. Conceição will drive again towards that line. And again towards Ganti. Can't keep it in play with that first touch.
Just to follow my point, you look at the players that are on the bench and you just wonder, are they a little top heavy? In the summer transfer market, they had a lot of depth. Some of that obviously in the number 9 position. There's obviously attacking midfielders like Segarova that hope to play. Tony Coltliners probably still hopes to play, even though his recent form's just otherwise. And then the defense may be a little bit thin, so just raising some questions about the personnel that's been brought over. Because right now, as a striker, what you need and what you work with so many top-level strikers. Christian Vieri said it all the time, continuity is the main thing that a striker needs. Which one of these strikers can you count on getting a good run of form where they're playing 6, 7, 8 games or more in a row? How are you going to juggle that when you've got Vlahovic, Openda, Jonathan David? Can you play them together? So far, we haven't really seen it. Yildiz is untouchable. Conceição's been in a good run of form. It's an interesting problem here to solve now for Igor Tudor, just to find a way to get one of the strikers some level of consistency.
You mentioned Edin Jagrova there as well. Another player who's potentially.
Yes, he is fun. They just showed that the boots that he's wearing, they're 10-year-old boots. Mercurial Superflies from 2016. Looks like he's got basketball shorts on from the 90s as well, below the kneecap. Definitely plays with a ton of swagger as well, that Jagrova.
Conceição, after getting some medical treatment, will trot back on. Curious for how much longer he will continue.
Let's keep looking though at this matchup. Bantizaki, we knew he was probably going to struggle. He's a young defender. He's coming in for Slovenia, who's been suspended. But Conceição, that's a difficult task for him to deal with, especially someone who has such limited time playing at the top level.
He's driven the byline 3 or 4 times. Always managing something away. Or miscommunication there from Juve will be an offside flag that will come up against Santiago Jimenez. Ball just kept running and running towards it. And there was that initial pass. Rugani let it run.
Just like the Villarreal match, once Conceição came home for Coltliners, it felt like Juventus were playing 11 men again. He's so spunky. He's such a fun player one-on-one. And I think that's the issue. Milan needs to find a way to throw off on him. Because he cannot handle the pace, the explosion, the directness. You can't even really blame Bantizaki. That is one of the trickiest players for a defender to go up against the city, just because of how small and how shifty he is over short distance. They have to keep targeting that right-hand side Juventus when they attack.
Cambiaso. Yildiz. Cambiaso. Rugali. Juve looking for a way through. Ilves trying to get the beat there. Fofana back it away. Jimenez is looking promising here for Milan. He search for through Radio. Gets out wide for Pulisic to track down. Might the same problem arise as Juve will sit back. Pavlovic to open the game up from center back. Crossing. Yes. Oh, the glancing hitter going off target there. That's a great chance. What a ball played in from Pavlovic, if you can believe it or not. Milan has been using Pavlovic sort of in a role since Alessandro Bastoni at times. He's been flying up this left-hand side, creating goals on multiple occasions this season. That's a great cross in. So much pace on it. Takes a look up, sees where Santi Jimenez is, and Jimenez crediting the movement is so good, right in front of this man. That's not far off. That was a great run. This has been the storyline for Jimenez all season long. The runs have been instinctive, like a true poacher in the box, but he just can't get these to go, and he's still waiting for his first goal in Serie A. There's David. And coming inside, David just beyond Pulisic. Just trying to pass it into the corner. Asking for more from his defense. Let's have this furiously down. A lot of the danger coming down this right-hand side for Juve. That's a difficult one for Galoo, trying to just pass that one in from that position. Just like that kid there, bottom corner when he side foots it. McKennie, the all-action midfielder, leading all players in distance covered. American, actually North American representation right the way through that top three with David the Canadian. Really a game that features the ascent to CONCACAF with a lot of representation. The U.S., Canada, Mexico, all three World Cup hosts next summer. Heavy challenge there in the middle. Sees Fofana go down and pick up a yellow card as well as he went right the way through Locatelli. And who would have ever thought that a Milan-Juventus game would have two Americans, a Canadian, a Mexican, all on the pitch at the same time? As Mike Wallace said last week, it does give more legitimacy, right, for Americans coming over. That there will always be question marks. But he's an American guy coming over. This is what our American analysts have said when they've gone over to Europe. They've experienced it themselves. But this is a great sign for football in this country. You don't just have Americans playing, also playing at the highest level. Especially the work that Pulisic is doing, fighting in the Capocanoniere charts. His output has been undeniable. Pulisic, Kelly, barking on that run. David challenging that good place to wait for him. The rear corner lane. Just the 1 minute added at the end of the first half. There's a good amount of hunter right now in the box for Juventus. Juventus going to whip this ball in very well. First corner of the entire match, taken short. Commentators first. Jose Sal trying his luck. Modric in the way. Here's another corner. Maybe this one will be whipped out. Yildiz and Jose Sal conversing about what to do with this one.
Well, three players over 6'3", all at the back post for Juventus now.
This one delivered from Yildiz onto that back post. A straightforward catch there for Magnan, which should just about take us towards the break. Last run here from Pavlovic. Get back from Pulisic. Gatti losing out. Pavlovic in towards Jimenez. McKennie a piece. And there goes the halftime whistle. Really the defining moments of the game have been slips from Pulisic over a threatening moment and Jonathan David over a threatening moment. Not really a ton in it from an attacking point of view as you reach the break. Juventus 0, Milan 0. Poppy Miller, Marco Messina, Mike Grello, full reactions in the break. Coming up next.
You can feel confident Continental's the smart choice in tires.
Anything for grip?
Eco Plus technology helps you stop shorter on wet roads.
Seriously?
Absolutely. What if he's indecisive?
What if she's indecisive?
A 60-day customer satisfaction trial for all.
Nice.
Very nice. Suppose the universe is out to get me? Roadside assistance could brighten your day.
Cool.
Very. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.